Here's a sample Kinopio page. I've made several points and joined them up as a tree. I'm going to export them as JSON. I manually wrote out the points as markdown. I prompt into ChatGPT, and it responds saying that I haven't given it the markdown content. I insert the markdown and wait for generation. The generation several times to see if I can get shorter responses. I paste the generated code into Obsidian. I note that some of the headings aren't right, are bold instead of being preceded by Thorpe's. I'll fix that up. Change that to 1. I might try to use JQ to cull the JSON file down to something smaller like this. Here's a sample JQ command. We see there's an awful lot of stuff here. But here we go. Most of this stuff has to do with the visual presentation of the Kinopio cards. We're not interested in this part very much. We are interested in cards. The first card that it sees is this one. And again, it contains very little semantic information, a lot of graphical information. This is semantically interesting, and this is semantically interesting. The rest doesn't look interesting, and I might try to use JQ to get rid of the rest of the stuff. And just to leave the cards, and further down, there's connections that show the start and end card and give an ID for the connection, a connection type that might be useful in the future. The rest of the stuff can be discarded. We work on a code pipeline to convert the Kinopio JSON to Markdown. We read the JSON file. We escape the white space in strings and in comments, in strings mostly. We extract the semantic information, like I was saying, maybe with JQ or something. We transpile the cards to Prolog. Then we use Prolog to generate the markdown, and then we unescape the escaped white space back to the way it used to be. And here I've got a probe that's helping me debug this pipeline. I'm using Prolog in this pipeline. Basically, the main is at the bottom here. We grab the content, and for every item in the content that's a root, we print out the root and its descendants. And then the rest of this stuff does that work. Snapshot of content generated in Prolog format. For example, this card becomes this piece of text up here with the escaped spaces so that Prolog isn't fooled by the contents. And the connections are translated down here using the from ID and the to ID and type of the connection here.